Welcome to Jesús Manuel Mena Garza Photography, Video and Audio. As an old photographer from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, aughts, etc., I have a specific use case scenario for a DJI Pocket number 2, 3, and of course the 4 and 5 that are coming out eventually. So I just wanted to talk about when you can't, at this time with the current technology, use DJI Osmo Pocket series camera. I find, having been an owner of a portrait studio, darkroom, and rental studio that I owned in Silicon Valley, I have a certain experience and gained a certain appreciation for certain paradigms, certain use case scenarios for professional photography equipment. Yes, there is professional photography equipment out there. This is not a professional piece of gear. This is for a person doing vlogging, travel photography, having fun with photography and video, stuff like that. That's the use case scenario. Of course, we as folks who watch invariably excessive amounts of YouTube videos of people saying, "Now this is the latest DJI Osmo Pocket, and this is the latest from this manufacturer, Sony, Nikon, Olympus," the list goes on and on and on. Panasonic, Hasselblad. All these different manufacturers are always coming out with new gear, and they give it to some folks to use, do a review of, and on the day that it's available, they come out and say, "Hey, this is a fantastic piece of equipment. You have to get it today." But I have the experience of being around for over 50 years as a photographer, over 50 years, and I understand that certain people make a hell of a lot of money not using one of these. A hell of a lot of money. I know there's some photographers out there that sell their photographs that they shoot and make $1 million. They're not using this camera. They're not using an action camera. They're not using a 360 camera. They are professional photographers. And there are also photographers who shoot products for magazines, for the web, for the internet, for billboards, for TV commercials. They shoot, video for TV commercials, etc., that do not use, again, they don't use this. They use professional equipment and have professional crews, okay? And, I'm 99% sure, 99.9% sure that Scorsese, Spielberg, Lucas, all these fantastic, filmmakers do not use, again, they do not use this. They use professional, expensive equipment. Even though we assume that, hey man, I just shot this fantastic, absolutely fantastic video using this. It's amazing, it's super high quality, but it's your idea of high quality is this. It's not that, it's this. This is what you see on the old YouTube. It's not that. It's not that, okay? So when you're in a portrait studio, you're not going to use this super wide-angle lens to take a shot. You need something that can make people look good. A telephoto lens makes people look good. It compresses their features. A wide-angle lens makes you look, your ears gigantic and your nose gigantic. And according to current fashion, style, standards, that isn't a positive thing. That it could be a positive thing eventually, but right now it's not a positive thing to have a wide-angle lens shoot a person, okay? So a telephoto lens compresses your features, makes you look nice. So let's say, for example, on a full-frame camera, that would be a 85, 100, 200, even a 300 millimeter lens to compress those features. That's not available on this currently, okay? So you own a portrait studio, you're photographing, a client, a group, or anybody, you need a camera that you can focus on the details, capture a gigantic file, and manipulate it in RAW, etc., etc. And you get a lot of color, and you get a lot of tonal variation, you know, latitude, etc., etc. There's a lot of terms for that stuff. So you need a professional camera. A professional camera for the studio nowadays, you know, you get one for around $2,000, $1,000. You can get a Sony, you can get a Canon, you can get a Nikon, you can get an Olympus, get a Panasonic Lumix, etc., etc. You can definitely get a Hasselblad. If you're a big studio and you want to impress people in the studio, you got these high rollers coming in, you know, these millionaires and billionaires who want a portrait. You're going to pull out the Hasselblad. Because and great studio lights. You got the fantastic studio lights, and not the budget studio lights like I have here. You know, they're going to go, oh, this is a good setup. This is worthy of taking a photograph of me. This is worthy of taking a photograph of me. So, and also, if you're shooting an event, a wedding, a corporate event, and you're being paid, and you're walking around with this thing, and they go, yeah, my daughter has one of those, my son has one of those, he plays around with it. You need something more significant. Remember, you're going, man, that's a big rig, that's complex. He's worth every penny. I'm paying him. She's worth every penny. That group is worth every penny because they're using high-end equipment. They're using big equipment. They're using gigantic, complex equipment. They're not walking around going, picking their nose, going, here I am taking these photographs. No, you want a professional photographer. So for professional situations, you need professional looking stuff. That's the pretentiousness of the, you know, photography. People expect you to look the part. They do not want you to look like their cousin, your nephew, your children, you know, you as a vlogger, stuff like that. So for vlogging for YouTube, this is perfectly fine. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend if you're shooting, product videos, you're walking and talking videos. This is fantastic. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and of course next year the 4, and the next year after that the 5, etc., etc. Those kind of cameras are absolutely fantastic, and that's their genre. But if you own a studio and you have clients that have a little bit of cash, you want a very nice camera and a very nice lighting setup and a very nice backgrounds and multiple black backgrounds, etc., etc. If you're that kind of business, you need a good camera, a mirrorless camera, preferably a full frame camera with multiple lenses, etc., etc., and that would be, again, A+. If you're shooting events, corporate events, weddings, bar mitzvahs, stuff like that, you need a professional setup, okay? If you're a wildlife photographer, a landscape photographer, you're not gonna go out with this. That tiger, you want it to stay at a certain distance. You want that lion, you want that bison a certain distance away, so you need that 300, 500 millimeter lens, and you need to, crop in on him and you capture that photograph. But this, you look at the bison, I can barely see him, he's a dot. I've gone many places, I've gone on vacation, I go, that's a beautiful shot. And I remember back in the day when I used to, travel with my big cameras, my big Nikon F2s, 3s, and stuff like that, and with their 300-400 millimeter lenses, and I used to capture those photographs. But sometimes I forget, I go, wow, look at that bird on that post. It's an osprey. My God, he has a little fish in his claws. I'm gonna get my camera out. You can barely see him as a dot out there. That's absolutely horrible. You need a professional camera. 30 megapixel, 40 megapixel, 50 megapixel camera. That's capable of capturing that stuff with excellent dynamic range, with ability to have telephoto lenses, super wide lenses, if you're a professional. But if you're a YouTuber, it's a lot of fun, walking and talking videos, talking about the different, I need a neutral density filter for this. I need a different mic. I got to pull one right here. Yes. One thing I've been noticing lately a change, a big change. And I was watching the San Francisco news, and they're starting to use these kinds of cameras. And they're starting to use you know, the DJI, you know, microphones with a little wind muff right here or something like that, a Rode mic, you know, just a little portable wireless unit. And they're perfectly fine with that. And I've noticed that a lot of the photographers are using, I guess they're, you know, cheaping out lately. And this is San Francisco. And I saw the photographer shooting with everything, you know, overblown in the background. It was faded and they looked horrible. And I'm going, oh, back in the day, the photographer was actually paid and experienced and used professional equipment. The images looked really nice, but I've been seeing some of the stuff on the old television stations, you know, the 4s, 5s, 2s, 7s, and 11s in the Bay Area, and they look like, a lot of it looks like absolute crap. It's the dumbing down, the DJI Osmofication, the action camera, you know, the YouTubeification of media in the United States. You know, United States of America. So, that's my spiel for today. Again, if you're a professional photographer and you have a professional gig, you got to have equipment that looks appropriate for the situation and can capture the nuances and the quality that your customers deserve. I'm just saying. You can do something with your DJI Osmo Pocket or your action camera. Of course you can. Of course you can. And in some situations, if that person's going skiing down the slope, you want to connect a little Osmo action on there, or a, you know, GoPro, etc., etc. You can connect those on there to get some nice, you know, video. But for the interview, stuff like that, if you want it to be a super high quality, you're going to use a full frame mirrorless camera, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 camera with a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 lens and a, you know, good sound system. Okay, maybe even a crew. Why not get a crew? Of course, a lot of media. You know, there's a lot of competition in media, online media, over-the-air media, free media. You know, all this different kind of media there's out there. Paid media. There's a lot of competition, and people are trying to save a little bit of cash. Yeah, used to, you know, newspapers used to hire professional photographers to do their photography. They used to have a photography staff of, you know, like the San Jose Mercury used to have like a staff of about 6 photographers full time. Now, I think they have 1, you know, 2 people, and they use a lot of stuff, you know, that they get from the Associated Press, UP, you know, all the different services. And they'll give you $5 for that photograph. Yes, I'll give you $10 for that photograph. Thank you very much. Oh, you got that photograph. I'll give you $100 for that photograph. And they'll call it good, okay? So, times have changed. But there are still people that are making some serious cash doing photography. Again, high-end product photography, high-end portraiture, high-end fine art photography. They are using the best stuff. But yours truly is retired from that, doing that stuff. I no longer photograph Silicon Valley icons or work for the San Jose, you know, Silicon Valley Business Journal and have my little studio there where I'm renting out space to other photographers and artists, renting out space for my darkroom and using my darkroom and, you know, and have a little bit of a commercial vibe in my space near downtown San Jose. But that's no longer the case. Right now, I'm just having fun, like many of you, with my DJI Osmo Pocket. Hey, it's fantastic. It's easy, super easy, a little bit too easy, you know. But when I retire, I'm retired now, but I still want to buy more stuff when I retire and move finally to the West Coast. One of my goals is to buy some new camera equipment so I can do those landscapes. So I can do those, you know, wildlife photographs. So I can do that, those more portraits. I have a, you know, old Nikon D800 and various lenses, but I want to upgrade to a nice mirrorless camera, but that's not going to happen for another 2 years when I'm settled on the West Coast. After I make all my expenditures, set myself up. I'm gonna buy some new camera equipment when I do some traveling. Should I live so long? Hope you enjoyed this video, a little perspective from yours truly, who's been taking photographs since the mid-60s. Yes, the early 60s actually. Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, originally from the San Francisco Bay Area. Please like, again, I almost forgot this. Please like, subscribe, and share. And of course, ring the bell for future notifications, and leave your kind and friendly comments below. Abajo. Muchos gracias. And check out my website where I have a lot of my old analog photographs that I've scanned and, you know, put up there. So, photographs from the 70s, especially a lot of 70s photographs, and a lot of contemporary photographs that I shot with my mirrorless cameras. Hope you enjoy it. Again, thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. Check out my website again, jmmgarza.com. And if you have the chance, and only if you have the chance, become a Patreon member, patreon.com/JMM Garza, and also become a member of this channel. There are perks, modest perks at best. You get little badges. Yes, you get some badges. And also when I release a video, typically I release it at 1 or 2 hours, and sometimes 1 or 2 days in advance, and you get access to them. I think that's valuable. Don't you think that's valuable? Again, I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, this old 72-year-old photographer. Yes, I've been around the block. Yes, I used to develop my photographs in the darkroom. Yes, I've had a lot of different cameras. Yes, I've had a studio space. Yes, I've exhibited in various countries. Yes, this old fart. Thank you very much. From Fort Worth, Texas. Yes, I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.